Welcome back to the shop, garage, house thing. We're going to start on the bottom of the boat. So we've kind of already started. We made some templates. So when we're next time we build a trailer, we'll have. Well, I'll cut these out of wood, but I've got I think 6 feet of template. So we'll do that. I got my straight edge here. Okay. So with these Advantage Rogers boats, when I did mine, I noticed that there was a kick. There's some down in the pump area, right? So we got a straight line from up there all the way back to about right here, and about the center of the fin, where the center lifting strakes start to end. It dips. So you see, it gives it what we call rocker. So it puts rocker in the boat, which is basically one degree of down going into the pump. Everywhere else stays straight. So if you come down here, it's got a little bit of a bubble there, not bad. And here, a little bit of a bubble. So the only place that I've found so far on the whole back section of the boat, let me get a flashlight here. The back section of the boat, everywhere is pretty good. So all the way down here,
because we're looking for daylight.
We're looking for daylight. So across this strake, this is where the boat's going to be riding the most of the time. So we don't see any daylight underneath our straight edge here until we come down to here. Okay, once we get down to here, we see that we're touching right here on this back section, and we got a big chunk of daylight underneath this. So right here is a noticeable patch. Then as we come down, it does the same back here. So this area is probably the biggest focus I'm going to put into it right in here. It's just these two corners. Everywhere else is pretty good. Good enough anyways. I don't want to get carried away. So what we'll do is we'll clean up into the pump, because when we set this, we did it upside down. It was real hard to clean up the marine text. So I'll clean up into the pump, around the turn fins, and then we have a spot, 2 spots up here on the nose. We've got where her trailer's rubbing. So it's just wore the gel coat off. It's not soft. It's not, messed up. And then she's got this huge. So yeah, those are the only spots we have to fix. The other side, we can take a look over there with the straight edge and the light right now. Okay, so we'll walk down this whole thing. And this side is freaking money. For a boat that's sat on a trailer and did lots of things. Got a little bit of a high spot right there. Oh, I'm touching the other thing. Okay, got a little bit of a high spot there. That's it. And then down here, I'll probably leave this outer section, because it's like that on the other side too. We get a big, huge chunk of daylight. But that honestly isn't going to affect us on the top end. The only place it would help is it'll help slow the boat down in the corners, because it's just a little bit of a up.
Slow it down.
Well, when you so when the boat sets, the back end is in the water.
Yes.
But when you're full tilt boogie, not hardly any of this is touching. Not hardly any of this is touching. So out here, there's probably daylight under all this.
Yeah. The
only place that you're really worried about is up here to about right here, I would imagine. That's my theory. So yeah, other than that, everything else is real straight. When I did my boat, it looked like the ocean, just wave after wave after wave, all the way down that thing. And it had been messed with a lot. So I'd say we're pretty fortunate. Looks pretty good. Just a little bit of a bump right there.
Crucial area on the boat too, right where it rides.
Yeah, and then when we're done, we'll put speed coat on it and doll it up. I've got some pretty cool stuff. So basically this whole section here and down here. Actually, it's not very far over here. It's barely right here. So I think if we just knock this end off just a little bit and smooth out this a little bit. Look at that, we've already taken that out of there. And I barely took any off of that. It's basically gone.
Yeah, you sounded for like a minute.
A minute, if that.
Probably.
I mean, we still got some waves in it, but I'll come forward just a touch more. Let's see how we're looking up here. We'll need some more out of up here. We're getting there. So the longer your straight edge is, the more consistent your bottom will be. So like the rotary sander works really good for like getting like specific spots. But as far as like overall, you want to really just work it with either an air one, or I don't have a big enough compressor to run one of those, so I get to use manual labor. But you can see everywhere it's dark is a low spot, and everywhere it's light is a high spot. So if you look over here, we've really fixed this spot that we were worried about. Now we'll come up on the next upper section. This is a little messier than the vacuum, unfortunately. So like I said, we're going to speed coat this anyways, so I'm going to just go through and just kind of scuff it, the whole thing. And we'll do it with this rather than the rotary, because then we can actually see, like you got a big spot right here. That's kind of a dip. And then we got high here. But back here it looks, I mean, you can see how consistent it is. It looks really good. So, it's not bad. So when we first put this intake in, it was an original boat with no ride plate, so it still had the whole bottom of the boat was still rounded. So I had to grind this out in order for it to accept a ride plate. And when I did that, I never put glass in here. I just put the marine text down. But if you look, it's cracked, and here's the transom. So here's the transom, and it's cracked. So what all is going to do is just going to put like 3 or 4 layers of glass on there, just to build that back up, so it's not just marine text, because that stuff, although it's really good, it's not structural at all. So, and since the boat's upside down, this is the time to do it. Making some progress on this thing. I found a low spot here, but it's not like terrible, but like it doesn't take a lot for a boat to get to like say 70, 75, but anything up past 80, you really got to work hard for it, whether it's high horsepower or efficiency in your pump or the bottom of your boat. Just anything like that helps out immensely. So we're just, making sure there's no hook in it. So, because hook will cause drag, which forces the boat down. You guys know, maybe, I don't know. So yeah, we're just scrubbing away at this thing. Got the other side. I think I like where the other side's at. I don't think I want to go crazy with it. I'm not going to take too much off of it. So we're just going to work on this side for a minute, and then I'll climb up and address the intake just a little bit. I recommend sand anchors and not just running them up on the beach. We never have, but I'm sure the people who owned it before us did, because it was just a ski boat. But it'll be all right. It'll all break in. I'm just doing one layer of where it was wore out, just to add just a little something. But there was this huge scratch on this side. I don't know if you remember, but you can see I still got some white from where I was sanding it out, but it was all the way down through this. So I'm just going to put just a little layer over top of that, and then we'll do the back. Check this out. See the cracks from where it hit.
Goodness.
I don't think you did that.
I did.
No, I don't think you did. That was there before. So I'm glad I'm glassing it now and not just putting Bondo over it, because that was my first plan. Bondo it out, but I think it'll be safer and better in the long run for glass here.
Want me to hold that?
Yeah, probably better. Try to follow these lines here. That's better.
The hairs are looking good.
Yeah, that'll be pretty easy to sand out. They're just a little bit of a hump, which is exactly what I wanted. And then everything else will just feather out. Yeah. A little bit of a low spot still right there, but that's better. Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, we'll just sand in here a little bit, but that covers that transom.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll take your shoe off just to sand that out. So, cool. Good to go.
We're just about done sanding all of our prep work. We're going to paint it. We're going to do a strip of blue down the middle, touch up the black, and then a speed coat.
It's not gel coat, but, it'll work. And if it doesn't, we'll do it again next year. I'm just doing a flash coat right now. So I'm not putting it on real heavy, just kind of staying back a little bit.
Randall's a professional painter.
I don't know about professional.
You were paid to paint things, so
Once.
That makes you professional.
Once upon a time, but not like this. We had equipment. I don't have any of the equipment here, so.
I think someone's getting a lightning bolt.
What do you think of that?
Looks friggin' awesome. Love it.
Trademark lightning bolt.
So here's the kind of stuff we use for speed coat. Works pretty good.
What I put on my boat, what we put on the RC boats. And with the roller, it gives it just a little bit of a texture, so it's like not smooth. You want it to have enough to break the surface tension of the water. This is, I think this has like graphite in it and some other stuff, but it feels pretty cool once it's dried. Alright guys, well there's the bottom. We knocked off a few things, got it straightened out, put our trademark lightning bolt on there. You know it's fast now. So let's get this thing flipped back over, put the boat back together, and go racing. We'll work on the trailer and then get it all rigged and ready.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
Remember, those who love you ride with you. See you on the next one.